take the area of cover crops and ask the question then, how does Nitro-Coat benefit cover crops? Well, goals, let's get back and just backtrack a minute and talk about the goals of any cover crop. You're growing a cover crop generally to manage something. You're going to manage your water, you're going to manage your erosion, you're going to manage your pests. There are all kind of ways to use cover crops, whether you're planting them inside an orchard, you know, just to cover the land and reduce erosion, or actually sometimes even for pest control. So sometimes cover crops are grown in orchards and then the pests come down onto the ground, onto the cover crop, and then you can spray them there instead of in the trees. So there are many ways that cover crops are used to manage. But probably one of the most important ways that cover crops have been used and continue to be used in a lot of agricultural environments is to add nitrogen, or what's called green manure. So this is, and this is where you allow the legume to fix nitrogen. And when it fixes nitrogen, you plow it into the ground, or you allow it to just die down on top of the ground. And then finally the nitrogen is recycled in through the nitrogen cycling process into the soil, and then the crops that are growing in there are able to take that nitrogen. Common ones that have been used in the Midwest for years has been following corn behind alfalfa. And a lot of people have been able to grow an alfalfa crop for 2 or 3 years, plow it in, and then grow a corn crop with no nitrogen fertilizer after that. So you're able to manage water, erosion, pests, nutrients, but especially nitrogen. So that's why people are looking at cover crops and have always looked at cover crops over the years. So the best cover crops are legumes because they do this second thing. They can be used as green manure on top. You know, anything that you can cover the ground with will help you manage water and erosion and pests. But to add nitrogen, especially nitrogen that's free nitrogen through fixation, you must use legumes. And so legumes are usually big in the cover crop world because they do achieve everything that you need. But in order to get legumes to achieve these goals, you must have them well nodulated. Another point that I can make is that not all of the environments that cover crops are used in are just agriculturally very nice. A lot of them are tough environments, very tough environments. They can be very sloping land that you've just got to put the cover crop on. The classic case is when you see road cuts and they're trying to stabilize road banks, it's a pretty tough environment. They got to stick everything on there and hopefully